I was so excited seeing Canada for the first time. It's like a dream being put into a realistic view. It's like seeing the movies in real view. The snow, how white the streets are because of the snow. But then, slowly, as day passes, you will feel the emptiness, the loneliness of being all by myself in this big country and a new adventure all by myself.
For any newcomer, Canada looks like a wonderland. It's a beautiful country after all, especially when you grew up in a third world country like me and my mom. Every corner looks like something out of a movie, or your wildest dreams. But once you're fully adjusted to everything, you'll realize that living in this country isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Leaving your hometown in hopes of having a better life in a first world country is difficult. Not only are you leaving your friends and family behind, you're also starting your life from scratch. Theoretically, this sounds fun and exciting. In application, it involves a lot of tears, struggles, and the overwhelming feeling of hopelessness and loneliness. With Canada, it also involves adjusting to its excruciatingly cold weather.
Canada is a very cold country. Weatherly speaking, as they say. Canada is very cold, especially my first winter here. It's like we had snowstorm and we experienced blackout for 3 days, as in no hot everything. It wasn't like in my slightest imagination that it will be extremely cold. So cold that, even my first days, I was wearing winter jacket inside a house with a heater, in fact. And I was wearing winter jacket. That was how cold I was feeling back then.
But the cold weather wasn't the end of our torment. Immigrants struggle both physically and mentally during their first few years because we had to start our life all over again. From adjusting to the new language and lifestyle, to making new friends and getting a job that doesn't fit our credentials, each challenge thrown at us had their own sets of difficulties. The one that I struggled with the most was coping up with my loneliness and the decline of my mental health. It was harder starting my career plan when I had it all figured out back home. And it was harder to find people that would make my experience less painful because I felt like I didn't belong. My mom's biggest struggle, on the other hand, was the fact that she wasn't able to be with us while we were growing up.
The most difficult part of being a nanny is taking care of somebody else's child. It's leaving my children out there. I know their father is taking care of them, but here I am taking care of somebody else's child while my children are there, away from me.
Another struggle that my mom and I faced was going back to school at an uncomfortable age. I had to go back to high school despite leaving my country in the middle of pursuing my bachelor's degree, while my mom had to go back to college despite her age and having an established career back home.
I arrived here, I was a little over 40. From the country where I came from, it's like being in the peak of your career already. And when you're there, you'll just stick to it until you retire. Then when I arrived here, I thought to myself, how can this be possible? Because I cannot see myself going to school at the age of 40 plus actually. So it's like going to college again, and studying at that age is a little hard because of memory retention. Well, we cannot deny it actually. When people age, people tend to forget some things. So it's really quite an effort to retain what you learned from school, what you studied that day, and yeah, that's it. But then everything is worth all the pain and the struggles and the trouble.
My mom and I, along with my dad and my sister, all left the safety and security of our home country to bet on the uncertainty that Canada has offered us. We battled with loneliness during our first few years, tried desperately to overcome the cultural shock and blatant racism from others, and pushed ourselves to continue despite wanting to give up and return home. We still have a long way to go to get back what we once had, but we're now miles away from what we were. And that, over anything else, is the most important thing of all.
For the people who have plans of coming here, I hope that you prayed for this. I hope that this is God's will for your life. Be thankful for everything. Wherever country you are, it's God's blessing. You have to live with it. You have to learn from it. And you have to be appreciative of everything that's happening in your life. You have to be thankful because it's the key to succeed, and you also have to have great faith in yourself, and you have to have the determination to succeed, because in life there are many struggles, but you have to have the faith to overcome everything with God's help, and with yourself as well, and with your family. You need to have the courage to live every day. For those who just arrived, being lonely is a part of it. Being alone is a part of it. You have to see the beauty of this country, and you have to see the beauty of your being alone, because it will help you, it will teach you how to have determination, how to have strong will to succeed in this new adventure that you have.